Welcome. Welcome to another Magic the Gathering video. I have not done one in a while because I have not been playing. The last few sets that have come out have not really interested me that much. But I did buy a few packs. There were some people that were interested in some more. So I thought I would just crack some packs and see what we get. Okay. The joys of owning cats. I think I've mentioned in a few of my other videos, but I always lint roller everything I've got before I film. But they still manage to get their white fur everywhere. Morika ASM. Alright, let's grab a few packs. So these are the ones that I got. I got a booster from Foundations. I only got one of those. Then I got Tarkir Dragonstorm, 2 of those. And then 2 of Duskmourn, House of Horror. So let's see what we've got in here. Alright, let's start with Duskmourn, House of Horror first. So let's see, we've got a wonderful art card. I like the contrast between the warm colors here and the cold, cool colors on this side. Provides kind of a nice look to it. Alright, okay, right away we've got some pretty interesting stuff here. It's a Dagger Maw Megalodon. That would be like my worst nightmare. I'm one of those people, like when I was a kid, you always have to check the pool for sharks, even though it's completely illogical. Like, I just don't, I don't know, I've got like a really weird fear of sharks, and I don't know why. But, so this is 4 and 2 blue, and the creature is shark. It has Vigilance and Island Cycling 2. So to discard this card, search your library for an island card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Valgavoth's evil aura turned the shark from an apex predator into an inescapable terror of the depths. Well, I think it already was, but there you go. So, creature, you have a forest, So this is like a kind of a creepy plants with an eyeball there, and looks like a really overgrown kind of thing there. So this is like a horror. So we have a woman, she's lying there. I'm sorry, I'm gonna look at this a little closer. Can't quite tell what's going on there, but it looks like she must be like hugging herself. It's called grievous wounds, so I'm sure she's got some sort of wound that she's kind of curling in on. So this is a black, it's got 3 and 2 blacks. Enchant player, so we have enchanted player can't gain life. Whenever enchanted player is dealt damage, they lose half their life, rounded up. Wow, it's kind of rough for whoever this is on. Vicky was so tired, the pain began to fade. You were so brave, said her grandmother's voice from somewhere far away. But it's time to rest now. So I'm assuming Vicky is going to no longer be with us. So that's an enchantment. So next we have Defiant Survivor. So this is a human, 2 and a green. She's got some sort of weapons going on, a very green kind of card. Human Survivor, so this has survival. At the beginning of your second main phase, if Defiant Survivor is tapped, manifest dread. Look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature and the other into your graveyard. Turn it face up any time for its mana cost if it's a creature card. The dark should be scared of me. 3/2. Well, he looks kind of scary. So he's looking very powerful whenever he is here. So this is called the Violent Urge. It's an instant. So target creature gets a +1/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. So that's nice. It also has Delirium. If there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, that creature gains double strike until end of turn. Rage can be a potent antidote to fear. That could be good. So next is called Lionheart Glimmer. So you have a bunch of people standing in a field with sort of a flame lion. So kind of neat. It's a 3 and 2 white. Cat Glimmer. Enchantment creature. So it has ward 2. Whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter it unless that player pays 2. Whenever you attack, creatures you control get a +1/+1 until end of turn. The survivors would no longer be picked off one by one. It was their turn to hunt. 2/5. So you have a Cadaver Lab and a Defiled Crypt. So you may cast either half. That door unlocks on the battlefield as a sorcery. You may pay the mana cost of a locked door to unlock it. So this is a route. So the Defiled Crypt is whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 2/2 black horror. Enchantment creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. And for the Cadaver Lab, when you unlock this door, return target creature card from your library to your hand. So this is a lizard. He's gigantic. He's got sort of red fangs and he's very much like a monstrous kind of lizard. So a Slavering Branch Snapper, a green 4 and 2 greens. So he has trample, and 4 is cycling 2. So for 2, discard this card, search your library for a forest card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Hey look, it made us a nice big path through the hedge maze. Simone. A 7/6, so that's a pretty beefy guy there. It was 6 to get out, but that's not like the worst, so. Next one is a Fanatic of the Harrowing. Fanatic of the Harrowing. He definitely looks a little creepy. So it's a black 3, 1 black, human cleric. When Fanatic of the Harrowing enters, each player discards a card. If you discarded a card this way, draw a card. So Valgavoth wants our pain, our terror. We cannot join him unless we suffer. Doo-doo. So enter the Enigma. 1 blue, so this is a sorcery. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Draw a card. Though she was used to stepping into the unknown, something about this strange doorway made the wanderer shiver as she crossed the threshold. So you have Resurrected Cultist. This is 2 and a black, human cleric. So yeah, he looks pretty scary as well, sort of dark red eyes. So he has delirium as well. I'll read it one more time. Return Resurrected Cultist from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Activate only if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, and only as a sorcery. If a creature with a finality counter on it would die, exile it instead. A 4/1. So here's another room. So you have a ticket booth and a tunnel of hate instead of a tunnel of love. So, let's see. So if you cast the ticket booth, you may unlock this door and manifest dread. And then the tunnel of hate, whenever you attack, target creature or target attacking creature gains double strike until end of turn. So this one's better obviously, but it's quite a bit more expensive. Oh my, look at that guy. It's a jump scare, so I hate jump scares. I'm kind of a baby when it comes to scary things. Like I like cute scary things. I don't like actual scary things. Because I get scared very easily. So 1 white, an instant. Until end of turn, target creature gets +2/+2, gains flying, and becomes a horror enchantment creature in addition to its other types. Boo. I like that. But boy, he's really scary looking. I wouldn't want to meet that in a dark hallway. So you have a wary watchdog, a green and a 1 there. Dog, so when wary watchdog enters or dies, survey 1. Look at the top card of your library. You may put it into your graveyard. Valavoth harbors a special loathing for dogs, whose mere presence provides a powerful antidote to fear he craves. 3/1. They certainly do. It's been a long time since I owned a dog, but you always just feel so much safer when you have a pup next to you. I don't know why. They're just so... I love all animals, but I don't live in a place I can really have a dog. But I do love them. They're so cute. Okay. Let's go ahead and get another pack. Let's just continue on with the House of Horror, I think. So we've got Arena, which I don't really play. Okay. So we have a nice foil card. It looks the art on that one is really cool. I like it. Kind of a guy there. I think he's got a knife. So anyway, Cracked Skull, 2 and a black, and enchantment aura. So this is an enchant creature. When Cracked Skull enters, look at target player's hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. When enchanted creature is dealt damage, destroy it. Ears ringing and head throbbing. All Tarvin could do was wait to see what would finish the job. That would be terrifying. So this one is a land, which is funny, we have not gotten one of those. So Razor Trap Gorge. So Razor Trap Gorge enters tapped unless the player has 13 or less life. That's interesting. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that one. It's a black and a red, but I don't know. I'm not sure I like that art. They say the blades wait to bite through your skin until you've climbed too far to turn back, leaving you to cling with blood-slick hands until gravity takes you. It's only our second land. Let's see, so this is another room. So you have a doll maker shop and you have a porcelain gallery. Both of them quite creepy. So you have like old dolls and masks. I don't know why that's always been really creepy to me, like old style dolls. Anyway, if you choose to cast Dollmaker Shop, whenever one or more non-toy creatures you control attack a player, create a 1/1 white toy artifact creature token. And for Porcelain Gallery, creatures you control have base power and toughness, each equal to the number of creatures you control. So we have Silent Hole Creeper. Yes, he's definitely creepy. Look at that guy. 1 blue and a 1 there. So he's a horror. Silent Hole Creeper can't be blocked. Whenever Silent Hole Creeper deals combat damage to a player, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Put 2 1/1 counters on Silent Hole Creeper. Draw a card. Silent Hole Creeper becomes a copy of another target creature you control. 1/1. Not very strong, but pretty good benefits there. So Withering Torment, 2 and a black. Destroy target creature or enchantment. You lose 2 life. Each spindrill is the lingering consciousness of a survivor consumed by cellar spawn. A ragged drifting remnant pulsing with constant psychic agony. Well then, an instant. Conductive Machete. Electricity there. And equipment. So when Conductive Machete enters, manifest dread. Then attach Conductive Machete to that creature. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature, and the other into your graveyard. Face it up anytime for its mana cost. If it's a creature card, equipped creature gets a +2/+1, equipped for 4. A Split Skin Doll. So this is a toy, 1 white and 1. When Split Skin Doll enters, draw your card, then discard card unless you control another creature with power 2 or less. Those who mock its ragged surface and seeping eyes have a curious tendency to go missing. 2/1. It's like a spider eye. It's called a Creeping Peeper. I like that. So 1 and a blue. So tap to add 1 blue mana. Spend this mana only to cast an enchantment spell. Unlock a door or turn a permanent face up. Be on your guard. Valgavoth has eyes everywhere, and I don't mean that figuratively. Winter to 1. Bear Trap looks bloody and rusty. 1 artifact. Has flash, so 3 tap. Sacrifice Bear Trap. It deals 3 damage to target creature. Every time its teeth taste blood, its hunger grew until one day it was no longer a trap, but the hunter. Cryptid Inspector and Elf Warrior. Vigilance. Whenever a face-down permanent you control enters, and whenever Cryptoid Inspector or another permanent you control is turned face up, put a 1/1 counter on Cryptoid Inspector. 2 and a green. Please be dead, please be dead, please be dead. 2/3. I'd probably be saying that too. So another room. So we have a derelict attic and a widow's walk. So derelict attic, when you unlock this door, you draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. For widow's walk, whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets +1/+0 and gains Death Touch until end of turn. Turn Inside Out. So this guy's probably not having a good day, but there's his insides and they have lots of teeth. So it is an instant for a red. Target creature gets +3/+0 until end of turn. When it dies this turn, manifest dread. Scared, are you? Need a hug? Fear of surveillance. Don't we all have it? 1 and a white, a nightmare. So a bunch of like little eyes with teeth. Vigilance. Whenever fear of surveillance attacks, survey 1. Its unblinking gaze sees every flaw, every shame, every humiliating moment you wish you could forget. 2/2. So a glimmer light. So just an arm with a flashlight there. So just for 2. When glimmer light enters, create a 1/1 white glimmer enchantment creature token. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and equipped for 1. Hope and reliable lighting are in short supply in the house. Glimmers provide both. So those are the horror ones. Let's grab another. Let's do the one where I've just got the one, the foundations. So you have a token creature, a human. I'm not a big fan of that art, if I'm honest. And then you have a land basic forest, which is very beautiful. I like those trees. Starting off really good for me because I love kitties. So it's Helpful Hunter, a 1 and a white. When this creature enters, draw a card. Ah, the conquering hero returns. What trials did you face, little one? Basri Ket. Genesis Wave, X and 3 greens. A sorcery. Reveal the top X cards of your library. You may put any number of permanent cards with mana value X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Then put all cards revealed this way that weren't put into the battlefield into your graveyard. Celestial Armor, that's beautiful. So it's like an armor set with wings. 2 and a white. So this has flash. You may cast this spell anytime you could cast an instant. When this equipment enters, attach it to a target creature you control. That creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Artifact. artifact. Creature angel, so beautiful. Woman with very large wings. Sarah Angel, 3 and a 2 white. Flying and vigilance. Follow the light. In an absence, follow her. 4/4. So you have like a griffin. What are these guys called? I'm thinking like D&D, the Akroka or whatever they're called, but it's like a eagle head with wings. But anyway, zombify, 3 and a black. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. The first birth celebrates life. The second birth mocks it. Mystic Elder. Dwinnen Gilt Leaf Dane. 2 and 2 green. So an elf warrior. She's in a forest with a bow. She has reach. This creature can block creatures with flying. Other elf creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever Dwinnen attacks, you gain 1 life for each attacking elf you control. 3/4. Burglar Rat. 1 and a black, a rat creature. When this creature enters, each opponent discards a card. Even rats hoard their treasures. Are your precious things so different? Izoni. 1/1. I like this art. Very beautiful, like the colors. Involuntary employment. 3 and a red. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. Create a treasure token. Pilfer. Fun little group of creatures there. 1 and a black. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. To the merchant, it was nothing more than a few missing trinkets. To Tiny Bones, it was the greatest heist of all time. I like that prospect. Make your move. I don't know what that is. If that's supposed to be like a chess piece, maybe? Instant, so destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with power 4 or greater. If you're thinking only 1 step ahead, you're already falling behind. Tesa. An ambush wolf. I like that art. It's kind of a snarling wolf in the forest. 2 and a green. With flash, and then when this creature's end enters, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. It lies perfectly still and silent for hours, concealed in the undergrowth until its prey draws close enough to strike. 4/2. Ooh, really love that. It's like a nebula. Banishing Light. 2 and a white. When this enchantment enters, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. The champion reached for a stone, and Helioid placed the sun into her hand. The Theroid. An erudite wizard. Not my favorite art. 2 and a blue. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Pretty baubles and gilded palaces may appeal to the egotist, but true wealth comes only through knowledge. 2/3. Let's grab another. See here, we've got, whoops, I probably should have said the name of that. So they're Tarkir Dragonstorms. So, first one here is called Sarkhan's Resolve. Looks like there's a dragon there and he's about ready to take care of it. A 1 and a green, an instant, choose one. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn, or destroy target creature with flying. With Taigam whispering encouragement in his ear, Sarkham threw aside his misgivings. The ritual would return him to his former glory. All he needed was a dragon's heart. Instant. Agent of Kotis. Looks like she's sort of a real human rogue. So this has renew for 3 and a blue. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. Activate only as a sorcery. I trust Narset. I do not trust those she keeps counsel with. Kotis the Fang Keeper. 2/1. Dragonback Lancer. Really interesting art there. He's got like a swoop in his body. Human soldier with flying. Mobilize 1, so whenever this creature attacks, create a tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior creature token. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. The Mardu's standing army need not always stand on the ground. 3/3. Not when you're flying a dragon. Jeskai Devotee. An orc monk. It's kind of an interesting art for an orc. I don't know if it's kind of interesting. We'll go with interesting. A 1 and a red. So it has flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So 1, you can add a blue, a red, or a white. Activate only once each turn. A master of whirling blade technique, he did not hesitate to leap to the monastery's defense. 2/2. I sort of got this, so look at it. Oh, that's pretty, guys. Look at that. I like it. And since this caught my eye, I'm gonna grab this too. So, Storm Beacon Blade. I love that art. So cool. So it's a 1 and a white. And equipment. So equipped creature gets +3/+0. Whenever equipped creature attacks, draw a card if you control 3 or more attacking creatures. Equip 2. Sky and Ember, guide my blade. Okay. Dragon's Prey. So you have a big old dragon claw and he's coming down to grab that guy. This spell costs 2 more to cast if it targets a dragon. Destroy target creature. To escape Devil's justice, one must have a better plan than run away. Cultist the Fangkeeper. Boulderborn Dragon. 5. Artifact creature. Flying in vigilance. Whenever this creature attacks, surveil 1. The draconic power that flowed out of the Dragonstorms imbued the landscape with draconic features, scales, claws, and appetites. 3/3. Oops, missed one. I have not gotten any duplicates, and that's crazy. Gurmog Nightwash. So 2/2, and then either like a black, green, blue there. Human Ranger. When this creature enters, look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may put one of those cards back on top of your library. Put the rest in your graveyard. The fishers were probably exaggerating the size of the crocodile they spotted, but maybe they weren't. Let's check it out. Crocodiles are another thing I'm always like really scared of. Like they're like kind of terrifying. They're quick and they'll eat whatever the heck they can find. Static Snare. I don't know why, but this gives me a really old school vibe on the art there. Interesting though. 4 and a white. So this has flash, so you can cast it, The spell costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature. When this enchantment enters, exile target artifact or creature an opponent controls until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. Ureni's rebuff. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Harmonize 5 and a blue. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its harmonize cost. You may tap a creature you control to reduce that cost by X, where X is its power. Then exile this spell. You say you come in peace, that you come here at all is an act of war. Corroding Dragonstorm, 1 and a black. When this enchantment enters, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Surveil 2. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. Lacid Prowler, 2 and 2 green. When the creature enters, you may mill cards equal to the number of lands you control, and then it has renew. 5/5. Perenation. Wow, that's a really busy art. I can hardly tell what's going on. You have like a guy and another one there. I'm not even sure. 3, a white, black, and green. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a hexproof counter on it and an indestructible counter on it. The Abzan believe in perenation. Death is not only an end, but a return to the beginning. Tranquil Cove. This land enters tapped. When this land enters, you gain 1 life. Tap to get a white or a blue. Absinthe vintages are nice, but the sorghum wine made in Riverwheel Village is beyond compare. Okay guys, we have one more. Let's see here, we have a token creature warrior. And I'm going to grab this right away. Ringing Strike Mastery. So he's striking a dragon who's kind of like bending its head. 1 blue. So, enchant creature. When this aura enters, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Enchanted creature has 5. Untap this creature. Interesting. Stormplane Detainment. 2 and a white. With an angel there. When this enchantment enters, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. Elspeth saw their capture as an inconvenience, costing them precious time. Narset saw it as an opportunity to recruit allies to their cause. Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. Creature cat, rescue leopard, 2 and a red. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. The scouts should have been back hours ago. They might be in trouble. I'm sending Kira. Eshki Dragonclaw, 4/2, sorry. An Adorned Crocodile, 4 and a black. When this creature dies, create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token. And it has renew on it. Eat you? Of course you won't. Farah's got better taste than that. Visk Karsi, Palace Caretaker, 5/3. Formidable beastie. Enoch Wayfarer, so it's like a jackal creature, wolf. Dog Scout. 1 and a green. When this creature enters, mill 3 cards. You may put a land card from among them into your hand. If you don't, put a 1/1 counter on this creature to mill 3 cards. Put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. There has to be a faster route through Saguv Jungle. Give me a week. 1/1. Somebody's fighting a dragon, doing like a limbo thing. Riverwalk technique. Choose 1. 3 and a blue. One owner of target non-land permanent puts it on their choice of top or bottom of their library. Counter target non-land creature or non-creature spell. Since re-establishing the High Spire Monastery, its favored fighting styles have also resurged in popularity. And instead, the Lightfoot technique. 1 and a white. Instant, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. It gains flying and indestructible until end of turn. Jeskai monks spreading the way in Aspen territories develop swift reflexes or find their travels abruptly cut short. So you have a really cool bird there, Monastery Messenger. So it's like a hawk or a falcon sort of person too. Bird Scout, flying and vigilance. When this creature enters, put up 1 target non-creature land card from your graveyard on top of your library. Lanaui? Sword from the High Spire Monastery all throughout Tarkir, carrying messages for monks and villagers alike. 2/3. Sunset Strike Master. She's got like fire hands. 1 in a red. Human monk. Tap to add 1 red. 2 in a red and tap to sacrifice this creature. It deals 6 damage to target creatures with flying. Help the villagers to safety. I will hold the gate. 3/1. Effortless Master. 2, a blue and a red. An orc monk. Vigilance and menace. This creature enters with 2 1/1 counters on it if you've cast 2 or more spells this turn. 4/3. Not a fan of that art, I guess. She looks cool. Descendant of Storms, 1 white, human soldier. Whenever this creature attacks, you may pay 1 and a white. If you do, it endures. Put a 1/1 counter on it, or create a 1/1 white creature token. The most elite of Abzan are selected to join the Yathan, a precious group acting outside Khan's supervision for the good of the clan. Oh, that's cool. It's like a dragon on its horde. 1 black, green, and a blue. Keru Goldkeeper Dragon. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard during your turn, create a treasure token. It's an artifact with a tap, sacrifice token, and add 1 mana of any color. It also has renew. A 3/3. All-out Assault. So we have a lot of dragons flying around here. Really cool. And there's a beautiful tree in the back. 2, a red, a white, and a black. Creatures you control get a 1/1 and have Death Touch. When this enchantment enters, if it's your main phase, there's an additional combat phase after this phase, followed by an additional main phase. When you attack, or when you next attack this turn, untap each creature you control. Oh, that's nice. And last but not least is a land, Swiftwater Cliffs. This land enters tapped. When this land enters, you gain 1 life. Tap to add a blue or a red. When spring melted the snow, fissures downstream of the Quadot fire rim learned of conflict between Tenure and Jeskai from the gruesome flotsam. So those are my packs. Sorry I have not been doing a lot of MTG content. I haven't really been playing too much, but who knows, maybe I'll do a few more pack videos here and there, so. Alright, you have a